Hello boys and girls out there. So 5.2 is going live in a few hours, and if you're watching this it's probably already live. Anyway, I'm gonna read through all the changes and gonna give my opinion about it real quick. So let's start off with Cyclone now having a 20-second cooldown. Well, in my opinion it's a too big of a nerf. So let's say if you would give the instant clone a 20-second cooldown, so that's Predator Swiftness, that's the proc which makes all your spells instant. If you would give that a 20-second cooldown, that's a good balance in my opinion, because then it's like you cannot spam instant clones everywhere, just once every 20 seconds, and if you do want to clone more than that, you can still hardcast it, but like that's hard to pull off. And also, if you are able to hardcast it, the enemy team needs to pay attention to you casting Cyclone, and that increases the skill level, I think. So yeah, I think having a 20-second cooldown on the instant clone would have been a balance, but right now it's too big of a nerf in my opinion, but we'll have to see. Can't really decide, I haven't played any arena on the PTR, so let's head over to Dispersion now having a 3-minute cooldown. Totally fair enough. It's retarded that they give you a Dispersion when you play with a Shadow Priest or a Disc Priest. You have so many survivability right now. Like Survival Instinct's a 3-minute cooldown, Dispersion 2-minute cooldown. That's not a nerf at all, that's just balancing the game, to be honest. And Shattering Blow now having a 1.5 second cast time. That's fair enough as well. I did enjoy removing some ice blocks within like 0.2 seconds, because it's quite easy to expect, and just kill him straight afterwards. Or removing a Holy Paladin's bubble, and of course he instantly starts casting after you bubbled, but you already removed it, so you even get the interrupt on his cast. But then again, it doesn't really increase the skill level. It's way better if you make it a 1.5 second cast, in my opinion, and balancing it out a bit, because yeah, you have to actually take care of the positioning when it has a cast time, and right now it's just smash button as fast as you can and just keep nuking. That's retarded, to be honest. So yeah, then we have Displaced Beast. I don't really use it because I really like to have the leap towards my healer when he's getting trapped. But for rest druids, Prowl was really good, but I think the 50% speed increase isn't too bad either. It's for 4 seconds, and it's still a really good ability to escape from a hard switch on you. If you were a resto, of course, I would recommend to use the Wild Charge as a feral. The rest is not so important. Let's scroll down to Rip, now dealing 15% more damage. So that's actually a really good change in my opinion. They also changed Nature's Vigil. It's a 3-minute cooldown, 20-second buff increasing the damage by 20%, but they're gonna reduce it to a cooldown of 1.5 minutes and only 10% damage increase. So they're basically balancing the burst a bit, and in return for that our consistent damage is getting buffed, and that's really good, because right now you can basically only score a kill with a good CC chain and popping all your cooldowns. Not always, of course, but usually. And if the consistent damage is higher, you can actually pull out a really nice CC chain and score a kill. So that's a really good change in my opinion, balancing the burst a bit and increasing the consistent damage. So then we have Mass Entanglement now having a 30-second cooldown instead of 2-minute. In return for Cyclone having a 20-second cooldown, that's totally fair. Versus melee, it's really good because it's in some sort of AoE route, and it's in the same spec as Typhoon is, and because because Typhoon is a 30-second cooldown now instead of a 20-second cooldown, we actually might consider taking Mass Entanglement as some maps, because Typhoon was really useful, even in maps where you couldn't Typhoon someone down from, for example, a bridge. Could still be really useful. But speaking about Typhoon, the 10-second cooldown increase, it's a good, to be honest, that they did it, because in 5.1 it's always like you push someone down from the bridge in Blades Edge Arena, and if you even do a small CC chain on him, not even a CC chain, just a small CC, and he's back upstairs and Typhoon is ready to Typhoon him off again, and that's just pissing people off and not even increasing the skill required to win. So yeah, I think it's a good change to Typhoon and also to Mass Entanglement. If you root people, you actually need to take care of the healer so he doesn't dispel him. So you actually need to root the DPS and do, for example, a Cyclone on the healer so he cannot dispel, and that increases the skill level once again. So overall I think Feral will probably still be viable, but like, yeah, about Cyclone I'm not quite sure. I'll have to see how it turns out. I didn't really play PTR, and I really think that a 20-second cooldown on the instant clone would have been a better idea. It's like more balancing the class than nerfing it. And right now Blizzard is just creating flavor of the month classes, and that's not how they should do it, to be honest. But not gonna QQ about that. Overall, some decent changes, and yeah, Feral will probably still be viable. It's not quite sure which comps we should play as a Feral. I'll let you guys know in future videos where I'm gonna play different comps, etc. in 5.2. But unfortunately we first have to wait a few weeks until we can play Arena. But for now, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope you noticed and appreciated my honesty about the patch notes. I'm not that stereotype QQer that makes a drama about every small little change that he doesn't like. If you do appreciate that honesty, a like, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Helps out smaller channels a ton. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you back in my next videos. See ya!